Is the band evolving then as we each kind of explore different areas of songwriting? Is there a desire to kind of keep Bruised Violet a very distinct and different thing, where there is like the angry one, the angsty one, and the angry, angsty, chill one? Because it seems like, you know, some different things are happening on this EP than the previous one. For example, the vulnerability showing up in a different way than it does in your own music.
Yeah.
Is the band evolving? Is it, and if so, like, what are the features that remain and what are the features that are becoming integrated into Bruised Violet?
I think we just, I don't know how to explain it other than I feel like we just write what we write. The reality is it's just like you're traveling through the musical brain of someone with them album now. It's like, it's been 2 years, so what I write and what I feel is different than what I wrote and made 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily me or anyone taking initiative and saying, this is what Bruised Violet is like now. It's more like, this is what I'm writing in 2017.
Yeah.
What I'm writing in 2014.
I definitely feel way more mature than I did when we first recorded and wrote our songs, because when we like wrote the survival songs, we never really had things in mind, I guess you could say. I think it was more of like, we're just gonna have fun. Like literally I feel like, because my example though is
like Sketchy Jeff, I'd say we didn't really.
Yeah, Sketchy, but like Guinea Pigs, that one isn't really like, we wrote that because you called me because I was late to band practice, and she was going like, answer your goddamn phone when I'm trying to call. Answer your goddamn phone when I'm trying to call. And then we like wrote a song around
So the fun had free reins a little bit more on the first EP. It's still fun. We've spoke about that example before. Apparently you were only like 2 minutes late because you're very punctual.
Yeah.
But they were calling you. So that became part of the song, which is great. It's a great part of the song. But that kind of thing, although there's still fun, like it wouldn't be like the fun taking the reins now. You'd find a way to kind of relate something to the more serious thing that the song is about.
I feel like we do have like, we always have that aspect of fun, especially live, but then like, I think within our songwritings we've both like sort of established what we want to say, and like it's also really interesting because I have like all of our songs on like my voice memos from on like your iPhone, because that's how we record them, and like even like
it's a good method, I think.
And like I found like our really old ones and like listen to those, so it's like also
and they don't go away, unlike the
Stems
Stems.
Like the party song.
Oh god, that was
really
awful.
really bad. It was just like I don't know what our goal was, but it was like
it started off slow and like pretty, and
then it's just literally like screaming about nothing.
Yeah, it was. I don't even know.
There's
I think
hope.
we accidentally
Aspiring
wrote a country
musicians.
song at one point.
Yeah.
Like,
Keep your hands to yourself. We were like, oh god. We
wrote a song and we
were
thought it was so good, and then we listened to it like an hour later, we're like, I think this is a country song.
Was this pre-Bella? Were you there to witness this?
Yeah, that was for me. That was pretty solid.
What
so I
would
think
you
Bella
have
was sort of
thought?
our like initiative to actually be serious, because also before Bella came into the band, there were no lyrics. Like Emily wrote lyrics, but me and the girl May would make it up every show. Yeah. Like we never wrote it down. I guess that's pretty.
So there were
punk,
vocals and screaming. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but like no,
that's
literally.
That's
like,
on the stage too.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what I was saying on stage. I'd just be like, especially like because we would play Guinea Pigs, but me and May would make up our verses.
Guinea Pigs, which is I cried for 45 minutes because of passive aggressive.
Yeah, we would make it up on stage each show. And then,
here's what I wonder is like the time we first recorded that album. What did you and May do?
I have no idea.
Did we just make shit up while we were recording?
That's a possibility. Because we didn't think this was going anywhere. We were just kind of like, yeah, we'll just do this.
Well, you were quite wrong about that.
Yeah, exactly. And then when Bella came into the band, she was like, okay, what are the lyrics? And I was like, funny, we have none. And then she was like, what? And I'm like,
apart from Emily.
Apart from Emily, so like she would like do harmonies on like the chorus with Emily first, but like we had to literally sit down and be like, lyrics, because we didn't have them. Oh, we also thought it was really funny to open up each show playing like Time of Your Life by Green Day and make it like really soft. And what would happen was Emily would
seem less chill now.
Emily would mess up, and me and May would get angry at her and be like, we just did. And we would like talk in the Valley Girl accent, and then be like, okay, I guess we're just gonna like go into our own song now. And there's definitely a video of it on YouTube with May.
Was it called Bruise
Like-
Violet?
Yeah,
at
it was
that
called
stage?
Bruise
And
Violet.
like half the crowd would always leave because it's like, oh my god. We
Yeah.
thought it would like make people think we were cool. But
Yeah,
it's just
and then we would break
awesome.
into Sketchy Jeff, and then people would be like, what? So,
Quite different
By that point,
from
there'd
Green
be
Day.
like no one left.
Yeah, 'cause we would, like,
Yes,
do a
except
really-
for like my mom.
we thought it was really original, and we thought it was really funny, but looking back on it, we're just like, and also that video from like the one at the garage, I remember I was like, that's when our ska band played right before too, so like, and we had to change into dresses, and I was running, this was at the garage in Burnsville.
The ska band, the two of you were in,
Yeah.
played on the same bill
Yeah,
before Bruise
we
Violet.
still always share bills. And then what happened was I was like running to change. I was running like barefoot, and like there was this like teenage dude making out with his girlfriend like the entire time that I was doing this, and I was just like, what the hell? Like you're still going, and it's been like 10 minutes. And then that's just like my story of that show is me running back and forth like half dressed throughout the show. I guess like oh god, yeah. Bruise Violet at its beginnings was very funny.
Yeah. So it seems like it gets more and more mature then. So
Yeah, exactly.
like,
Because like our first focus was really the ska band, like because we thought that we were serious. Like serious. I don't know. We just like because it was a bigger band. It was 6 people, and then half of the ska band was Bruise Violet. But then what happened was the guitarist in the ska band was like, we don't want to be linked together anymore.
Oh.
We were like, okay. So then
they didn't want to be associated with
yeah, they
Bruise
didn't
Violet.
want to be associated with us, so we split. And then what happened was
You left the ska band.
yeah, well, like we split originally, and then like the ska band kind of went downhill, and
Yeah.
then Bruise Violet
Went uphill.
So, yeah.
And you joined as the incline, as you were beginning to go up the hill. Is it? Would you say?
Well, I think that the incline happened because we worked better together.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just because of, I think, the balance of their vocals. Because I'm more the low end.
Yeah.
And Emily's the higher end, and Danielle is the middle end. So I think it, like vocally and just like style-wise, we really complement each other, and that's
Yeah.
why that happened.
So as I said at the beginning, my first opportunity to interview Bella, and now I'm all the more intrigued to hear about, how exactly you got involved in the band and what your initial thoughts were on coming in and experiencing some of what you were just describing. One of your first questions was, what are the lyrics? And then one of the first answers was,
We have them.
TBD.
I'm very
Yeah. So what were your thoughts, and how did the beginnings of this 3-piece Bruise Violet, what were the early days? Right.
So we all attended School of Rock. I met Danielle first,
Mhm.
and we became friends and did some of the shows together. And I actually I didn't know Emily as well, but she likes to tell the story about how she stole my bass on accident.
Apart from right now when she doesn't like to tell.
Except for not now. Yeah, we ended up getting together because of our connection through School of Rock. So after May left, they ended up contacting me and being like, "Do you want to be a part of this cool band?" And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure, cool. And so
How did they describe it to you?
I think they just kind of like described it as like an all-girl like sort of punk type
Yeah.
thing, and like I was all for it.
Yeah.
Because, just because my background was more like a heavier sound, I
Mhm.
think.
So they were in the ska band. Were you in other previous bands?
No, I was not.
Yeah.
Like this was my first
Yeah.
band. Yeah.
Pretty good first band. Well done.
Thanks. Just especially coming from a family where it's more like R&B, hip hop, like
Mhm.
India.Arie, Erykah Badu, all of these different things. And
Yeah, which is all
kind of-
good, but
Yeah, like walking into this was kind of like a new sort of thing for me,
Hmm.
and I think it's expanded my horizons into like a different like genre of music and
Yeah.
just like style wise, and
yeah,
I'm glad that I've been able to be a part of it.
absolutely, yeah. So there are certain songs on both EPs that are very collaborative that you've written together, but you haven't, at least so far, you haven't been like the sole songwriter, unlike Danielle and Emily. Is that something, so as the band continues to mature and evolve, is that something that you might be interested in doing?
I mean, perhaps it has been odd for me just because like I do like a lot like outside of Bruce Violet and just like coming in, and because initially it was like kind of their deal, you know, so I just kind of like wanted to see where they would like kind of go with it.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that would be something that I would do in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, I look forward to EP number 3 or LP.
Yeah,
What would you say is if Bella is like a new ingredient, no longer new, but like what she was a new ingredient, what impact did that have on the band?
I don't know. Bella's like an incredible musician. Her presence is so powerful. Just like the second we started playing shows with her, it's like, I don't know how to explain, like, we suddenly gain more attention. It's like, where did this come from? It's like, maybe it's this beautiful presence we have on the stage. This incredibly talented human being that has joined us, so.
Thank you. It definitely made us more serious, too.
Yeah.
we were just kind of being like, and then we had this like new entity in our band, and we were like, oh. No
She's
more.
like the maturity motor.
Yeah, no more ditzing around, I guess.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, it seems like if anyone was thinking, oh, Bruce Violet is a band with 2 songwriters and then like a third member, there is an element of truth to that insofar as you write individual songs and Bella doesn't. It seems like it is a very organic like entity where this collection of 3 people is what makes Bruce Violet what it is. It's very different because some bands is like a songwriter and like almost hired hands, and it's not. This is not like that.
You had the time of your life.
So which are the songs that are the most collaborative then on either of the EPs?
Gutter Boy on our new EP, like it's all pretty much like when Mike asked like who lead sings on this song, we were like, all of us. And he was like, oh, what? And then like he had to hear it to believe that like yeah, it was all of us who sang evenly in the song. Because like Emily does her like riffing thing on Gutter Boy, like hey, and then Bella sings words, and then Emily goes back to her riffing, and then I sing the choruses. And then we do the asshole chant, which is all of us in, fuck off,